this works for me. Attitude check.
Fuck you, bitch!
Oh my god, it's like my ex-boyfriend is here. Have you all noticed that the guys next to you are like sitting like this? I think it's great. This is gonna be a little different. I feel like by the end of this, you guys are gonna be like, put on some more clothes, please. I don't have any bad news for you. No, this is amazing. Give it up for all the amazing performers that we've seen so far. Everyone is so beautiful and so talented. I'm obsessed with everybody. I think the number one thing that I keep thinking is like, how did they unhook their bra on stage? It would be like 25 minutes and it would be just a lot of me being like, I'm sorry, 1 second. Like the MC said, I'm Andrea Springer. People say that I have the body of Melissa McCarthy and the personality of Joseph McCarthy, so got that going for me. The Red Scare is my period. Oh no. My mom is doing a weird thing lately. That's all I gotta say. Can I just say facts about my life and have people be like, that would be amazing. Sign me up. No, my mom is doing a weird thing lately. She's putting my dog on the phone to talk to me. Don't love that. Super uncomfortable with that. Because my dog always says really hurtful things. It's like, no, Cookie, I don't think the only place for me to meet a man is church. My mom gets back on the phone like, huh, sounds like Cookie has a point. Cookie eats her own shit, Mom. I just feel like the least you could do is like change your voice a little bit. I got off like the phone feeling like I really won that one, you know? I was like, stood a little taller that day, and then I got a text with a picture of Cookie that says, and she's wearing a t-shirt, and it says, delete your Tinder. And listen, I don't know much, but if there's one thing I know, it's that you can't win an argument with a dog in a t-shirt. Yeah, no, I grew up homeschooled, so I don't really know how to talk to people. Are there any other homeschooled people in this audience? Oh, there's somebody back there. Literally last night I was like, anyone else homeschooled here? And someone was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, did you like it? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh no. Close your ears. Yeah, no, I was like a weird, lonely kid. I didn't really know how to make friends. I thought that maybe the best way to make friends would be to sit in a tree nearby to where my neighbors were swimming and watch them. So, you know, I'd be there like for hours, like a tiny Ted Bundy. Just kind of like and eventually one of them would come over. And then he'd be like, hey, Andrea, do you want to come and swim with us? Do you want to come and swim? Do you want to come and swim with us? And I'd be like, oh my God. You thought that I was doing that so that you would invite me, like, I was like inviting myself over, but in like a weird way. But that's not what I was doing. I was just doing my tree sitting. Which is like a normal thing that people do. But I would like rip off my sundress and be wearing a swimsuit underneath. My parents eventually caught wind of that, but they were white suburban parents. Actually, near here, they were from Manlius, so like they were Manlius parents. And so rather than talk to me about the issue, they bought me a pool. Which didn't work because when I would pretend to drown for attention, it would work better when other people were there. Well, I'll be sorry when I have the most successful Sims family the world has ever seen. I still really don't know how to talk to people, which is why I had a Tinder for a long time. Clap for me if you're on Tinder. Follow-up question. Clap for me if you're next to somebody who you know is on Tinder and they didn't clap. some weird shit has happened to me on Tinder. For one thing, I was on my way to a date and I saw a cat get hit by a car. It was horrible. I'm not heartless. But the first thing that went through my mind was oh shit. I'm gonna bring this up on the date. I'm gonna get there and he's gonna be like, hey, what's up? My name is Daniel. And I'm gonna be like, I've seen death, Daniel! Have you ever had something and it's sweet and it's innocent and it's beautiful and it's taken from you, Daniel? And you know what? It's seizing in the middle of the road. And you pull your car over, maybe you can help it, maybe you can still save it, maybe you can take it to the veterinarian, and then it stops seizing, Daniel, and you know what that means? But you don't know if you feel relief or compassion because you didn't want that cat to die, Daniel, but also you didn't want to touch it. So I'm Andrea. So great to meet you. We're in love now. It's gonna be a June wedding. Something else that happened to me on Tinder was somebody told me that they want to watch me eat, which was horrifying. I was like, oh no. And then I lost my job. And then all of a sudden I was like, hold on. Let me reconsider the parameters of this situation. You bring me food and I eat it? All right. Sign me up. And this is a shot in the dark, but if you think it would be sexy to watch a girl get her teeth cleaned, I don't have insurance anymore. Speaking of eating and fat kids and being fat, people always say I love you like a fat kid loves cake, right? It's a fucking weird thing to say. What does that mean? I love you while simultaneously resenting you for what you've turned me into? I love you. I'm gonna tell my friends that I don't. But at 3 in the morning when I'm drunk and crying, I will come back. I love you like a fat kid loves cake. Not even that much. But you're there. And I'm bored. So I'm still gonna finish you. The other day, I thought I heard my coworker sneeze, so I said, bless you, like a person would. She turns back to me, and this fucking asshole. She says, oh, that wasn't a sneeze, it was a cough. Okay, then fucking die, bitch. My goddamn blessings elsewhere. So I have anxiety, I have depression. Clap for me if you have depression. Give me a good depression clap. All right. This is my fucking crowd. I love it. I also have depression and I have anxiety. So I feel like your strengths are your strengths, but also your weaknesses are your strengths. So I have compiled a list of anxiety pickup lines that I'd like to try out on you. So something like, oh, hey. Are you in a situation where I'm back in high school and all of a sudden I realize that I'm not wearing pants and also my mom is dead? Because I've been dreaming about you. Or I don't know, maybe ooh, you must be my SSRI. Because if I don't take you orally once a day, I become depressed and irritable. All right, buckle up for this one, you guys. Are you my suicide? Because I've meticulously planned out exactly how and when I want to do you. But I never will. All right, you guys. We're going to get real personal here. I feel comfortable doing this joke in Syracuse because I don't live here. I'm a squirter. Anyone else? Yeah. I thought it would be good in this location. And I kind of feel like I have to kind of tell somebody that, before we have sex, because it's just good manners, right? To just be like, oh, let's lay down a tarp. But on the other hand, if it doesn't happen, they're like, oh, I thought you said that you were a squirter. And I'm like, oh no, only sometimes, only when I have an orgasm. All right, this one is for the ladies in the audience. I do that every time and I hate myself every time, but I'm gonna doing it. This one is for the ladies in the audience. Have you ever been using a vibrator and you're like almost there and the batteries die? It's the fucking worst. And I was out there somewhere in the world just complaining loudly about it, as I'm wont to do. And someone was like, at that point, couldn't you just like finish with your hand? And I was like, well, I mean, I guess. If your car breaks down when you're halfway to the grocery store, can't you just get out and walk the rest of the way? To where you're like sweaty and panting, but not in a fun, sexy way. Takes you like 45 minutes longer than you originally anticipated for. And in the end, it's like, did you really need Oreos that bad in the first place? I got one more for you guys, and then we're going to continue this amazing show. So I was at an STD clinic recently, because I'm responsible, but not that responsible. And the nurse was like, hey, Andrea, can I talk to you about your faith? I was like, oh. Could I like put some pants on first? So she was giving me like the 90-second elevator spiel about how God loves me, and he's bigger than my sins, and would I like to pray with her today? To which my response was like, not today. Get back to me though if I have herpes, because then I'll change my answer. At that point I would love to be washed clean of my sins. And the last thing she says to me is, Andrea, you know what? God will reveal himself to you if only you would let him. And I was like, listen, bitch. Letting someone reveal himself to me is the reason that I'm here in the first place.